Hello, everyone. Coming up here on the Pro Wrestling Show. You won't believe a former TNA star is now all elite. You talking about Josh Alexander? He's all elite, and we can't believe that. We kind of knew he was gonna make a choice. I thought he was gonna go WWE and join Ethan Page, but guess that's not gonna be in the cards. We'll talk about it coming up here. Also, too, we kick off AEW with women's action. Athena makes her AEW debut, and she takes on Mercedes Moné one-on-one. We get the Pro Wrestling Show started. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of Pro Wrestling Show. This is the AEW Dynamite Ring Report. I'm your host, as always, Kendrick Dix here. Glad you can join us here on the AEW Dynamite Ring Report. Join in the conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling here on Connect. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe is caring. Tell a friend, call a friend, hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing here on the Pro Wrestling Show. AEW celebrated its 289th episode tonight. The past in Monday Nitro that was on TBS and TNT, being the longest pro wrestling show on the Turner Network. And it did so tonight. So hey, they did what they can do. But let's not get to the action right here, right now. Let's see. But Mercedes was there. You know who? Mercedes Moné took on Dina. Well, I can tell you this: Mercedes Moné and Athena both were trained and properly grounded in WWE. Both had their significant matches tonight and did so tonight. Did it tonight as they do. Mercedes Moné getting grounded by Athena. The Athena wanted to prove to Mercedes Moné that she can do it as being the Ring Honor champion. Even Mercedes Moné really was struggling throughout their whole entire match tonight against Athena. Athena making her known, making her projects known tonight. What went down, but just wasn't enough. Mercedes Moné won her match tonight and did so tonight by a claw, which she did to the store. I can tell you that right now. She won a match tonight, but what she needed to do. So, who knows? Mercedes Moné and Athena might have another match down the road. If that be the case, we'll see how that's going to be moving forward. Well, we found out who Heyman Adam Page was going against. Heyman Adam Page went against this man, the wild card. The wild card ended up being Josh Alexander, the former TNA champion. Josh Alexander makes his AEW debut. Josh Alexander really laid down being the walking weapon. Indeed, he was the walking weapon. In doing so, Josh Alexander attacked Heyman Page, left Heyman Page laying. I think they tailor made for each other, a perfect fit for each other. Heyman Page and Josh Alexander. They really go. Both are former world champions of different promotions. Now Josh Alexander has made the jump, and now he's part of AEW. Josh Alexander getting the upper hand. Josh Alexander doing what he need to do in order to getting that upper hand, the walking weapon. Did so tonight. Josh Alexander making an indeed impact tonight. You won't believe else who Josh Alexander joined. He joined forces with Don Callis, so he's gonna be part of the Don Callis family moving forward. Josh Alexander really making waves, and you can see right here, this is the graphic. Josh Alexander is all elite. So Josh Alexander part of Team AEW now. Now Josh Alexander can have matches against Swerve, who knows, Moxley, Samoa Joe, you name it. John Alexander Josh Alexander is in AEW and he's here to stay. Yeah, for a lot of money. They did, and Josh Alexander made a crucial point tonight by targeting Heyman doing what he did to Heyman Page. Well, the Hurt Business was in action. They took on the Khan and Talione. They won their match tonight. The Hurt Business, like they said, they like to hurt people. The Hurt Business, the Hurt Syndicate, I'm gonna say, got confronted by MJF. MJF still trying to get them an offer that they can't refuse. Like we said before we get to it, this is the Hurt Syndicate defending the tag team championships against Khan and Talione. The Hurt Syndicate defeating Khan and Talione until MVP showed up. MVP, not MVP, but MJF wants to be part of the Hurt Syndicate so bad. MJF can feel it, sense that he can feel it. MJF wants to be so part. But the only thing is MJF is a white dude. I'm not saying that Eminem can rap and he's white and stuff. He earned his street cred. But MJF, Bobby Lashley said he does not like the sound of MJF on what's going on with him. Bobby Lashley feel like MJF is trying to use the Hurt Syndicate for something. He just can't put his finger on it and however that's gonna go and stuff. Lashley with the Hurt Syndicate and stuff like that. MJF trying to bring out Beverly of women to help ease Lashley and Shelton's minds. Shelton look like he's impressed. Lashley look like he's not. Lashley knows something's up. So Lashley doesn't want nothing to do with MJF. MJF saying the same thing. What's going on? I think MJF MVP's trying to figure out, trying to bring the two together. But Bobby Lashley's not having it. Bobby Lashley does not want none of the part of what MJF got going on and why MJF is trying so hard to put the Hurt Syndicate along with him. We know he joined the inner circle. That didn't work out. So maybe Lashley knows something that we don't know. Well, tensions are rising between Christian and Nick Wayne. You know, Christian and Nick Wayne were on the same page as like a father-son duo, but now things have turned upside down. As Christian wants to mentor Nick Wayne, but Nick Wayne does not want Christian's advice at all. If Nick Wayne finally seeing the light, only time will tell on that. We will have to wait and see. Speaking of that, Um, AEW will be in Mexico. They announced they will be in Mexico for Grand Slam Mexico. We'll tell you a little bit later about it a little bit later on in the show on what's going on with them on Wrestling Hot Topics. Now, speaking of that, uh, you see Will Ospreay won his match over Casita, take it to Takeshita, and defeated Takeshita. Now we know this is the second match between these two. Maybe the third match be for the world title. Try Revolution, and then now we're seeing a spring breakthrough. They might be each other's foe or four. So hey, we'll see. But we get to the main event. The Death Riders defend the six-man tag team championships against Samoa Joe, Shibata, and Powerhouse Hobbs. Powerhouse Hobbs filling in for Hook. Powerhouse Hobbs filled in for Hook. And Powerhouse Hobbs kind of fit in that team. They won over the Death Riders, defeating the Death Riders. But that patent is sleeper hole. We can show you right quick before we leave out. So the Death Riders did not see this coming. You can see right Samoa Joe, Hook, Samoa Joe, Powerhouse Hobbs, and the rest of them getting the win and getting the opportunity to win the tag team with the help of Swerve Strickland. We try to aid and get rid of the you know who the the Young Bucks. Young Bucks try to intervene. I don't know where the Young Bucks. You can see right here. This was the final moments of the match right here. Joe did the cleaner clutch onto Moxley. Joe pinned Moxley, used that sleeper hole, and Joe he could be next in line, be no one contender for the world championship. Joe want to be a tag team champion. You can tell right here, Joe applied the Kakita clutch on Moxley to get the 1, 2, 3 with the help of Swerve Strickland. Swerve Strickland allowing the help he needed and got the help by aiding off the Young Bucks and doing so tonight. You see right here, Powerhouse Hobbs and Shishida and Joe finally won their match and celebrated in the ring as the new six-man tag team champions. The whole locker room came out there to help congratulate them. Now we have new six-man trios tag team champions in Joe, Shishida, and Powerhouse Hobbs. Congratulations on that victory for just a couple of minutes ago. All right, that does it for the pro wrestling show for the AEW Ring Report. Let's move over to wrestling hot topics. On rest hot topics, we talk about this. We talk about this. AEW celebrated a milestone, celebrating 289 episodes, surpassing WCW Nitro that used to be on the Turn Networks almost 30 years ago. Man, WCW Nitro celebrating their third year anniversary being on TNT. Man, I can remember it like it was yesterday. Nitro was on TNT in the Mall of America, and now AEW surpassed Nitro. We continue on going for 290 episodes. And you know, Tony Khan had to rub it in on the face of Bischoff. Bischoff said on his podcast recently he congratulated AEW for surpassing Nitro, being the longest rated wrestling program on the Turner Networks in a long time. So it is something that many people well, MJF took to Twitter and said what Nitro was able to achieve changed wrestling. I am proud of the fact that like Nitro, but longer, Dynamite had managed to give both the fans and entertainment standpoint professional wrestlers from a fiscal standpoint an alternative. And to think none of this would be possible without me carrying the company solo on my back for all these years. You're truly welcome. I don't know why he even brought that up. MJF believes he's a focal point. And he is one of the focal points, but he ain't the main focal point. So congratulations to AEW celebrating its tender. Told you earlier on the show that AEW gonna bring Grand Slam to Mexico. So Grand Slam Mexico coming your way. You see stars promoted: Ken Omega, Will Ospreay, a couple others coming to Mexico. So they're bringing that Grand Slam Mexico. Also, too, this is right here. More of AEW taps out WCW Nitro, the longest reigning primetime wrestler on TNT and TBS in almost nearly 20 years. So, congratulations to AEW on that here on the Pro Wrestling Show. Speaking of that, we know Trendy and Jay will have that match at WrestleMania. The one-on-one singles match ever since WrestleMania 21. So we'll see that been almost nearly 20 years. So they're gonna have a match coming forward with that. So can't wait to see it. All right. That's gonna do it here for the Pro Wrestling Show presents the AEW Dynamite Ring Report. I've been your host, Kendrick Dix, saying so long. We'll see you. Hey, this is like the WrestleMania week. If we continue on WrestleMania week, this is the non-WrestleMania WWE show. But we continue here on the Pro Wrestling Show with coming up Friday with the SmackDown weekend ring report, as well as the stand deliver review and predict outcome, as well as WrestleMania night 1, night 2, predict outcome and review. So for me being Kendrick Dix saying so long, thanks for watching.